This is a 1989 Nissan Skyline GT-R. I first purchased this car in early 2013 and subsequently had it stored until it became illegal to import into the United States in August of 2014. It was purchased and stored at Sato Motor Company Limited in Kanagawa, about an hour outside of Tokyo. Upon taking delivery, I noticed that the car, even though silver in exterior, was clearly originally gunmetal in color, and at one point in its life been painted over. I had it repainted again and some bodywork taken care of in March of 2015 to start prepping for the Rice Bowl Car Show at Anime Matsuri, an automotive culture exhibition inside an ongoing anime convention. It was on the way to this show that it suffered engine failure with the audible tell of rod knock. It has been down and largely untouched until now. This past weekend, a couple of friends and I, John and Lawman, came to help me get the engine and gearbox out of the car. We lowered the assembly onto some dollies, then used the engine crane to hoist the front of the car for clearance to pull everything out. With the engine and gearbox out of the car, we can start tearing everything down to see what we have to work with. The goal for this right now is to get it running. We are going to go through and find out what can be used and what needs to be replaced or refurbished. The goal for today is to remove the gearbox and turbos and inspect them for any damage or excessive wear. looking at the rear turbo here, seems to be in really good shape actually. I think I may end up using these instead of the R34 turbos I bought. There's no shaft play, spins pretty freely. It's not seized up. The R34 turbos are actually a little stuck here, a little caught. A little bit of lubricant in there kind of frees them up, but there's a lot more shaft play in those R34 turbos than there are on these that I just pulled off. So surprisingly good condition for this one at least. So yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and clean these up and actually reuse these probably. Let's go check the front one, see what's up. Okay, as I'm sitting here looking at this, getting ready to take it apart, I'm noticing some missing downpipe exhaust bolts actually. So it wasn't leaking or anything, wasn't making a terrible noise, but just interesting to note how some of these nuts and bolts are pretty loose. Some are just as tight though, so I don't know. I don't know if it's been here before, been worked on before, or somebody's been in there before or what. Just interesting to note. So as we're getting ready to take off this inlet pipe here, something I like to do is putting a little bit of valve grinding compound on the Allen bolt, or not the Allen bolt, but the wrench. Goes a long way to try and keep these from getting stripped. Grips it a little bit better, kind of fills in some of that gap, because obviously it's not going to be machined like completely perfect. So hopefully they don't fight me too much. Trying to get these off. Well, they probably will. There we go. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, probably a actual socket would probably be better for that. One sec. Alright, so I tried using a Allen socket for that, but it's a little too fat around here. It doesn't really quite fit, so I'm just going to use the small, the long end of this. Again, a little bit of valve grinding compound. Help it grip a little bit better, help fill in that space. Double wrench it, and hopefully it doesn't fight me too hard. There we go. Alright, not too bad. Let's finish taking this apart. Finding out just how good or bad the condition of this turbo is. You can already kind of tell it's not too bad on the inside here. Hopefully it's just like the rear turbo, and it's not in too bad of shape. Again, these are actually probably in much better condition than the R34 turbos I bought. Despite them being ceramic, again, this is just to get the car running, and the other engine will modify that one just for the purposes of getting the car running though. I think these are going to be probably fine. Yeah, there's like no shaft, very little if no shaft play at all. Trying not to press on it too hard, but the blades look to be in really good condition. They're not chewed up. So let's get the backside off and check the exhaust housing. All right. Finally got the downpipe off. It's a bit of a chore, but it's off. I was taking it off. Actually, these two nuts were gone. This one was halfway off already, so I don't know. I guess it's just vibration, not being torqued down all the way. But it was. I'm not sure if these were the original turbos in the car or not, because one of how everything was pretty loose, and they're just in really good shape. Again, ceramic, but doesn't really matter. Just trying to get the car running, trying to get to enjoying it again. And again, that other engine, we'll just build that. probably single turbo that one while we just focus on getting this car running. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna forego the R34 turbos and just use these. The R34 turbos are also ceramic, except they have a lot more shaft plate than this. So I'm gonna flush the oil system out of here, dig a little bit further into the engine and find out what really happened. I do know that when I drained the oil all those years ago, there was a lot of material in there, so I'm going to work on flushing these lines out, seeing if they're damaged in any way. But just based on these first inspections, it's looking pretty good to use these again. Obviously, they need to be cleaned up. I need to order some more nuts, proper nuts, and it's looking pretty good. So I think I'm going to reuse these after cleaning them up a bit. So thanks for watching, and the next one I'm going to start continue tearing down the RB26, and yeah, we'll go from there. Hopefully try and finish this thing up soon. Thanks again for watching, guys.